As was announced at the beginning, the Catholic Communications collection will just, if you have something, an envelope for that, put it in the first collection. We'll just have one collection today. And also, I had talked with the masses last week and said you would receive a letter from me, but a lot of people didn't. I don't know why. Who did receive? Okay, so not that many people. All right. If you did not, would you pick, it looks like this, and then there's some in each door. It has inside, remember last Sunday I said it would have a letter and a commitment envelope for next week. And if you want, an electronic giving form. But at any rate, you know, our parish stewardship program, so if you will, pray over it this week. Obviously, as I said last week, we're asking for an increase according to what God puts on your heart, your weekly or monthly or however you do a donation. Sandy Kimball, who's a member of the Finance Committee, will talk just in a second from her own perspective about this campaign. But I want to say a word or two about the scriptures. While they don't have anything directly to do with an increased offertory campaign, the attitude of David and of Simon the Pharisee illustrate how when we don't realize that our blessings come from God, or we're not visible, when we're not aware of them, instead, nothing is enough. David had many, many wives, but he took Uriah's wife and then he plotted to have Uriah killed in battle. So he was guilty of adultery and murder. And this was, as Nathan said to him, a man who had everything, who God had blessed repeatedly in all kinds of ways. But he didn't. David was immune to the blessings of God in the sense that nothing was enough for him. And unless we're aware of how God has touched our life and really realize that, then nothing is ever enough. We've seen this. Maybe even been caught up in ourselves where we never have enough. We never feel secure. We're always searching out more relationships, more money, or whatever. Simon is a different case, the Pharisee. It's pretty clear that this is a man filled with righteous judgment of other people and a really appalling host. A man who invites Jesus to dinner as if he were slopping with pigs. No water, the minimum. No water for his feet, no kiss, no greeting, just as if he were slopping with pigs. And yet he notices this woman, and I think that's, again, he's obsessed with his own position. And Jesus challenges him quite lovingly, directly, but lovingly. Hopefully later, we don't know, hopefully later Simon kind of thinks about his life and about the way he lived his life and begins to be transformed. We can hope. That is the question, though, for us. It's not what happened to Simon or even what happened to David, but where stand we? And that's the question. You can answer it in generosity of heart, or nothing can ever be enough for you. So pray about this week as far as the increased offertory. It's one way. It's only one way to live a generous lifestyle, but it's one way we need. So think about it. Pray about it. Be ready by next weekend to make whatever commitment that you're going to make. At the end of Mass, today, as you know, is the feast of St. Anthony. And always on the feast of St. Anthony, we gather petitions. People come with petitions. It's kind of traditional. and we pray over them after Mass, and then we burn them. So they're outside, you'll see a brazier. So at the end of Mass, we're going to take the petitions that people have written, and we're going to pray over them and then burn them. And if you didn't get a chance, maybe you came in one door or the other, there'll be plenty of opportunity after Mass. So take part. And then at the very end, I'll bless you with the relic of St. Anthony. And if you wish to do a personal veneration, the server will be up here, and you can do that too at the end of Mass. I want to ask Sandy Kimball to come forward and say a word or two about the parish office.